But I will say there is potential here for a divorce. There is a potential here for separation, but there's also potential here for them to make up and renegotiate the fine lines and terms and agreements of their marriage and how they want to move forward. Hello everyone, this is editor LotusMaje here, and I do have to put a forward here before going in and watching the rest of this video, just kind of letting you all know that I did record this video before Teyana came out and admitted that her and Iman Shumpert are no longer an item and that they are now separated. So I was doing this reading based on the evidence that I knew at the time. So yes, you're going to hear some things that is outdated that may sound biased as well, just because I recorded this ahead of time. And yeah, but I wanted to kind of get it out because there was some interesting tidbits that I kind of picked up on when it came to their relationship. So I felt it was only right to still put it out, whether I was right or wrong, because again, I am a newbie when it comes to divination. I'm okay with admitting and showing my mistake. So yes, if that doesn't bother you, go ahead and enjoy. Let's continue with the video. Hello everyone, welcome back. If you are new here, I am LotusMaje. If you've been here before, welcome back. As I always like to say, come on in. I hope you have your tea, grab a seat, and enjoy the vibes. Today, if you've seen the title, you've seen this thumbnail, you know today we are going to be doing a reading on Teyana Taylor and Iman Shumpert. Allegedly, the two are kind of going through a bit of trouble in their marriage because it is alleged, it's rumored that Iman has stepped out on Teyana and has been messing around with another woman. Possibly a woman that Teyana didn't approve of, because I remember hearing in the past that, they do have like an open marriage, or they at least engage in, a trio kind of activity. So I'm assuming this is probably a woman that Teyana did not approve of. And Iman has been caught with this other woman. So we're going to get into this reading and see what comes up. Just know if something comes up during this reading that that is obvious for you, it may not be obvious to me, because I do not keep up on all the celebrity news. I'm not like a blog or something like that. I know it can probably be easily confusing for some people, but that's just, I don't keep up with it. I don't report on all of that. So if nothing I've said so far have given you a hint, at the little disclaimer down here at the bottom stating that statements made in this video are alleged for entertainment purposes only, doesn't give you any heads up, maybe these cards will. This is a tarot channel. So if you are someone who does not resonate with tarot, you feel like it's blasphemous, if you do not like people divining, astrology, numerology, any of those things is something that disturbs your spirit, it doesn't just mesh well with your energy, now is your time to click off. Thank you for coming, but sayonara. Please find something else on YouTube that will be enjoyable for you, and protect your peace. With that being said, let's get into this reading. So personally, I'm just going to get this out of the way with my own personal bias. I do not agree with Teyana and Iman's relationship, but that's why it's not my relationship. That's why it's theirs. So let's just be clear. It works for them, or at least it seems like it works for them. It possibly wouldn't work for me. But to each its own. So stop judging people for their relationships. Okay, so let's get into this. Let's get into how Teyana is feeling about Iman. Is this crazy that all of this is happening just as Teyana's kind of like finding this new lane that she's in? Hold on, so let's take note. We have the Five of Swords, we have the Lovers in reverse, and then we have the Nine of Coins. I find it crazy that all of this is coming up at a time when she's kind of like finding this new lane after kind of falling out of love with the music industry, and now she's coming in as a creative director and she's getting, booked and busy, and then this happens, I'm getting way too many cards. Okay, I probably should call out a specific. I'm not gonna even mention those. Can I get no more than 2 or 3 cards for how Teyana Taylor is feeling towards Iman Shumpert? What is Teyana Taylor? So we have the Knight of Wands in reverse here. So can I get no more than 2 or 3 cards on Iman feeling towards Teyana? 1, 2, 3 cards. Ooh, that's a lot. How Iman is feeling towards Teyana. I keep seeing this Ace of Wands. I called it, didn't I? I keep seeing that Ace of Wands and wanting to flip over. And I keep seeing this Empress card as well. But let's see if that's supposed to be the energy that comes out between the two. What is the energy between Teyana Taylor and Iman Shumpert? What is the energy between Teyana Taylor? Okay, let me clarify this again. Oh, something did flip over here. So we're going to take note. We have the 9 of Wands in reverse, and we also have the 7 of Wands in reverse. Anything else? Okay, let's get into this. Okay, get clarity on the energy between Taylor and Iman Shumpert. More than 3 cards, Spirit, please. I get some insight. Death. So there is a transition going on here. And funny enough, we have all of these wands, which speaks to passion, 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 passion. And the underlying card here is the 10 of Swords. And this can feel like, you know, an ending of a family, a harsh ending, a harsh change. The story behind this, if you don't know the In-Between Tarot, a Roman soldier went to, you know, the British Isles to get rid of, what did they call them, the Gauls or something? I don't remember. Clear out all the tribesmen that were there, and he was bested and killed. And now his fellow soldier is coming back and letting his wife know. So this could be speaking to that someone has, of course, obviously someone has let it leak, someone has let it be known. They wanted it to be known, but it could also speak to kind of like a harsh reality or truth or ending coming up that obviously potential, you know, if all of this is true, could harm what Teyana Taylor and Iman Shumpert has built as a family. Okay, so with the Knight of Wands being here in reverse, usually the Knight of Wands is kind of like, you know, I've applied the pressure, I've found my passion, I'm streaming head along, you know, fast towards what I thought I was supposed to have been doing, what I should be focusing on and creating and doing those things. But now I'm kind of feeling, was that the wrong choice to make? I'm kind of halting and second guessing myself here. I'm kind of taking a beat and taking a pause, which is understandable because some people are inclined to believe that Iman is doing this because she is kind of like getting to this point in her career where she's out doing things and she hasn't been putting as much time or as much focus into their relationship. She's not there at his beck and call. And, you know, right now he's kind of floundering because I haven't heard anything else about him doing anything, you know, worthwhile. She has always, to me personally, she has always been like the brighter star in their relationship. He's a basketball player. We all should know by now that there's only so much potential and a height of stardom that you can reach with that, especially if you're like someone who's like so in the industry. And as far as I know, correct me if I'm wrong, he's, you know, so he doesn't kind of like stand out when it comes to basketball. You know, he's a pretty interesting character, but, you know, talent wise it's not really shining through. So it could be some jealousy here. It could be that I'm upset that you haven't been spending as much time with me at home. It could be that we're not, you know, allegedly having as much adult playtime as we used to. And it could be speaking to there's an addiction here when it comes to those adult activities. And someone came along and offered me the opportunity and I took them up on it, is what I'm getting with this Ace of Wands. I don't know if he was feeling neglected or if he has an addiction problem or it's just something he feels like he should be entitled to. Like, I didn't think you would really have a problem because we've been doing X, Y, and Z for however long. And with the death here, I think this is prompting, or is going to force them to have a conversation of like, should we continue having the relationship that we currently have? Because if this is going to be an issue every single time I step away to go work and somebody is saying this and this and that about you, and I can't even trust you, we're going to have a problem. Like, this is gonna force them to have a conversation on what their relationship is going to be moving forward. Because granted, it's cool, it's fine when we're doing this together, but when you're sneaking behind my back and you doing stuff and I don't know, like, okay, we can come to the table and we can discuss, and you know, I can go and put out a statement. We could put out a statement saying, oh, I knew about this girl and I knew this was something he was going to do. I gave my approval. But if this is something you're going to continue to do and embarrass me behind my back, and I'm going to keep finding out through tabloids and blogs or from these other girls, we're going to have a problem. Which is only right. Yes, I know we have an agreement for a reason. Like, your word is your bond. And if I can't trust your word, then what are we doing? But let's see if we can get some more clarity here on why this Knight of Wands in reverse is coming up for Teyana Taylor. Okay. So I'm going to read all three of these for her. So we have the North Node Destiny coming up in reverse. She is questioning a lot about what her life is right now. She has Mercury communication, which would definitely make sense to this relationship. I said this is probably going to prompt them to have a conversation and to really look at what's going to work for them moving forward. And then she also has the Sun being. So this is something really focusing on herself, looking inwards. Is she really where she wants or needs to be? There could also be just a big sense of like displeasure going on here. So yeah, there's really a lot of like self-examination going on here. And let's see, why does Iman have the Ace of Wands here for? How he's feeling towards Teyana. Ace of Wands. Wow, Virgo, the Alchemist. Yeah, I just keep getting, I feel like he feels like it's a sense of, I'm entitled to it. It's something that I'm used to. It's a habit. You created and opened up a standard here, and I thought it was okay. To me, it feels like he just really did not think. I'm inclined to believe that yes, he has been stepping out with somebody else, and I think he has a high love drive. Yeah, we're gonna say that he has a large capacity when it comes to his love drive, and you know, she's kind of like been feeding into it and giving him what he wants, and yeah, it's like now it's the standard. Why is this death card between Iman and Teyana? Why is this death card here between Iman and Teyana? Not clear here. Why this death card is here between Iman and Teyana? Okay, so yep, we only have one card flip over, and it is the Numinous Mystery. So what I get initially from this is none of your motherfucking business, but the Numinous reads the unknown, it reads psychic abilities, the cosmos, universal truth, oneness, source, the unnameable, shadow work, which goes back into me saying there's going to be some change here in their relationship, and I think rightfully so. It's something that us, the public, or me as the reader, should not be privy to. That's between them. They have this contract, they did this agreement, they have this arrangement that is for them to discuss and agree on how to move forward. But the other underlying card here we have is the 9th house, seeking. What should we do? Yep, what should we do? This very self-focused, centered. What's the perception? How should we handle this moving forward? There is that carnal, that sensual, that passionate energy as well with this Scorpio here. It reads very sexual, a very adult driven, I'll say that. But you also have the ninth house seeking, of just kind of like, again, we're our relationship is transforming. Things are going to change because now we're moving in these opposite directions. This could lead to them potentially getting a divorce, or this could be kind of like Teyana saying, hey, this is the last straw, and if this ever comes up again, you're out, like we're done. Because I know she has cut people off for less. I remember her state, during an interview where she was talking about how she left a previous ex because of things with infidelity. That's a really sore spot for her. It's kind of like the best way I can say it. I could see them probably trying to reconcile, probably doing stuff like couples therapy, or like trying to talk this out. But yeah, it's kind of like, at the end of the day, what's going to be best for me, and what's going to be best for my public persona, what's going to be best for my brand moving forward. So I'm not clear on what, but let's see, because I'm only 2 cards in. So let's see what else is going to come up here. But I'm inclined to believe that, yeah, he has been stepping out, or if, this is the one time he hasn't said. I'm inclined to believe that, and I think Teyana is checking him right now. I would be inclined to believe that. Even I would be inclined to believe that they are renegotiating the terms of their relationship, or trying to get to the bottom of what could potentially help them move forward and heal from this, if not stop it altogether. And then also kind of like what they should do, or it's what they should do in regards to handling the public, because of course people know about it. Okay, right out the gate, we have 2 cards. We have Shadow Guardian here. So we're reaching out towards the light. We're trying to work on something. We have True Will. I feel like I'm lifting a heavy weight. We do have a Shadow card here of self-destruction, and I'm inclined to believe that is Iman all day. Let's see what other energies or vibes is going to come out up. And then we also have Tantric Trust. And when I see Tantric, you ever heard of like, I don't know if I can say it on here. It's this practice people do in certain segments of the world, where it's kind of like you're learning how to hold back that passion of yours until it's that moment of release. I can't get into the specifics of that, but that's what this is making me think of here. So I think it's just like he is used to a certain standard, quality and quantity of times a day he should be doing this adult activity. I think that's like all he thinks about. It's weird. It really feels like an addiction, and I should be entitled to it. And I don't, again, maybe he is entitled to it because maybe that's something he's discussed with her and told her and been above board with, and she was with it at the time. But now she's like, I'm more focused on work and getting myself back out there and doing this and doing that, while you're still worried about whether you about to go for a swim or not every day. So yeah, that's what I'm getting. And what is the underlying card here? We have Wise Craft. Yeah, what I say, it feels like somebody is focused on work and somebody is focused on where my next enjoyment is going to come in at. When am I going to enjoy these things? Okay, I feel like I should do one more thing here. I'm going to pull 3 more cards. I just want to see kind of like what's going to be coming up in the moving forward. It's going to be coming up for Iman. Okay, so I don't think she's leaving him because we have the 5 of Swords in reverse. We did get the 2 of Swords, and we have the 4 of Cups. Okay, so wait, because these flipped over first. Give me a minute to look at this. So you have the 2 of Swords, Farewell. Yeah, I am moving forward in a tough spot. But you have the 4 of Cups here in reverse. A couple that is not in alignment with each other. They're kind of like feeling like they went through the motions of things. They've kind of fallen out of love. They don't know who they are anymore. And then you have the Five of Swords in reverse. The Five of Swords typically mean like you're surrendering to what comes next. You're kind of moving on and letting go. But with it coming up in reverse, it makes me feel like, again, maybe they're going to try again. Because here we go, the Ten of Swords, and this time it's in the upright. And of course, the first thing that draws me in is the butterfly. Remember, we did have the Death card for the energies in between them. Things are going to change. Now, again, this is all up to them. Again, at the end of the day, this is their choice. This is their personal matter. So whether this happens or not, I'm not going to speak that on their relationship, but I will say there is potential here for a divorce. There is a potential here for separation, but there's also potential here for them to make up and renegotiate the fine lines and terms and agreements of their marriage and how they want to move forward, because you have the butterfly here. So this could speak to a divorce and they kind of just figuring out how they're going to move forward as parents, or this could be how we're going to move forward now that our relationship has taken this hit. So yeah, there's definitely some differing energies here. There is some probably like some squabbling, some arguments, some disagreements coming up here. But again, the energy is coming up like how we're going to move forward. We do also have the Ten of Coins here, so this could speak to things of like property, how we're going to divide up that property, how, you know, who should take what and move forward. And that could be something that could potentially argue about. But then we also have Temperance here, and you notice it goes into the Devil. So this to me is kind of like the whole this is like the summation of this whole reading. We need to work on curbing your particular adult passion and curbing my particular work passion, and coming to an agreement for what's going to work for us moving forward, because we're obviously going to fall back into old habits. I like to work. I also do love adult activity as well, but I can't keep participating in all the adult activity all the time, every time as you want moving forward, if I'm going to be able, if I want to or continue to work or be in this industry. And you can't just be out here willy-nilly with any and everybody, not only because it's going against what I'm comfortable with or what we agreed to, but it's also going to make us look crazy. Like, we have to come to some kind of middle ground, or otherwise we're going to be in the same predicament in the future, and it may not play out like this. And then they also have the Two of Cups in reverse. This is speaking to disharmony. And again, here we have like that Mercury sign again. Something got lost in translation, communication. And then we go into the Star, which also goes into the Moon. It's hope here potentially for them moving things forward. But again, the agreements and what they're going to do moving forward is still a mystery. It is for them to decide on. And so I am going to leave it at that, because I think that is perfectly understandable. I get it, and I'm not going to read any more into it. What they come to, whether they tell the public or not, well, we're going to probably end up finding out anyway, just because of TMZ. But what they decide to do moving forward, the arrangements of their marriage, who, what, when, where, and why of it all, that is between Iman and Teyana, and I wish them the best. I hope they do find some kind of resolution that works for the both of them, and that they also allow space for them to renegotiate if things, you know, life happens, if, you know, things change. So hopefully they can still be cordial with one another, because I do feel like there's a deep sense of understanding here, but it's also a deep sense of hurt, of betrayal. So yeah, that's what I'm getting. Hopefully you like this reading. If you did like this reading, give it a thumbs up. Let me know that you like to see more like this, because again, this week I am going to be focusing on couples. I've already did Steve and Marjorie. I've just done Iman and Teyana. I am going to be doing Jenny and Jeezy. And oh yeah, and Partisan and his new girlfriend. So keep an eye out for all of those videos. If they haven't already been posted, I may post these out of order, who knows. But yeah, if you would like to see more videos like this, make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell so you see the next time I upload. And again, yeah, wish them well, and hopefully their children is like sheltered and safe out of this situation. So with that, I will leave you all here on this note, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.